Alright, what's up everyone, I'm Loki, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about the recent Paul Richardson signing for the Seattle Seahawks and what it could possibly mean for Josh Gordon. Before that though, like I said in my last video, school has just started for me, so I might be a bit inconsistent. Over the past weekend I didn't post, so it's been like 4 or 5 days since my last video, but I'm going to try to stick to the every other day schedule, at least for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Might not post on the weekends every now and then, but when the season does start, I'm definitely going to be doing stuff on the weekends. But I just wanted to let everyone know, because obviously I missed the past few days, and I just wanted to stay consistent for at least Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe the weekends are going to be a bit off, but I'm just going to try my best. And also, anyone interested in the Madden 21 Face of the Franchise series on the second channel, I am going to be finishing that and posting a ton of videos basically finishing out the series over the next few days before 2K comes out on September 4th. And once 2K comes out, I'm going to be grinding that. Might post some videos on it, who knows, but I'm definitely going to be playing that a ton, so I probably will post videos for my career at least. But now to get into the video, recently the Seattle Seahawks brought back Paul Richardson. Now, Paul Richardson isn't a huge name by any means. He's not some guy that's going to come in like Odell Beckham and make some crazy impact, be an insane player, but he is definitely a player that is going to be really interesting, because he is definitely a player that can come in and be the third option for the Seattle Seahawks and maybe even take Philip Dorsett's spot, who is currently dealing with a foot injury. Now, of course, Paul Richardson was drafted by the Seattle Seahawks in 2014, where he played the first 4 years of his career. He dealt with a lot of injuries throughout that time, but in 2017, he played 16 games, started 13, had over 700 yards and 6 touchdowns, did really well, and that prompted him to get a big contract by the Washington Redskins, and he was dealing with injuries there as well, and they ended up cutting him over this last season. And the Seahawks, as he was a free agent, decided to bring him in for a trial, and apparently he did well, because they signed him almost instantly after they were able to. And I think that he could definitely bring in some competition at least. Like I said before, Philip Dorsett was brought in by the Seattle Seahawks to kind of take that wide receiver 3 spot, but he has been dealing with a bit of a foot injury, so maybe Paul Richardson coming in now can give competition to everyone else on the team, and maybe he could even take that wide receiver 3 spot, because he definitely has some big play potential. But also, this does bring up some questions about John Ursa, Freddie Swain, and David Moore. Like, where are they going to be in this situation? Obviously, the Seahawks have a very good wide receiver group already with Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, Philip Dorsett. Now they have Paul Richardson, so that's a really good top 4. There is the possibility of bringing in Josh Gordon if he gets reinstated. When he gets reinstated, no one really knows what's going on right now with the NFL and him. But some good news for the wide receivers lower down on the depth chart is that the practice squad rules have changed for this year. You can now have 16 players on the practice squad instead of 10, and I believe you can have 6 players with any amount of experience on the practice squad now. So that's definitely good for them, because at least they can stay with the team. Out of David Moore, Freddie Swain, and John Ursa, I definitely think that David Moore is at the highest risk of losing his spot, because he's going to be making over $2 million next season, while the other 2 players are still going to be on their late round rookie contracts, so they'll be making a lot less money than he will. And the Seahawks are a bit tight on money. If they want to make a big move, I wouldn't be surprised if they got rid of someone like David Moore, but I'm not saying it's going to happen. I just think if any of these 3 players are going to get cut or anything, I think David Moore might be the possible option. Now, of course, us Seahawks fans, we know Paul Richardson. He's fun to watch. He made some big plays in 2017. He had some really entertaining plays, and he had some great catches. But what does this mean for Josh Gordon? Well, the contract has been leaked in multiple different places. I can't know if this is actually the exact contract or what, but there have been a lot of leaks coming out about it, and basically it's a minimum deal. He's going to be making $900,000 and a $62,000 signing bonus, along with a bonus for making the roster week 1, which will probably be like another 60-something thousand, maybe 70,000, but that's going to be at most $1 million. And the Seahawks, I mean, they still have a bit more money. They could go out and sign Josh Gordon still for like $5 million. Maybe even they could go after Jadeveon Clowney if they can swindle their money around. I don't know what they're going to do, but this isn't going to be something that takes away from the possibilities of the Seahawks to do anything more before the season starts when it comes to the money situation, because $1 million is nothing, and with what Paul Richardson can possibly bring to the team, $1 million I think is a great contract to be giving him. He's not going to be taking a ton of money off the books for the Seahawks, but he can maybe come in, be a wide receiver 3, even if Philip Dorsett is healthy. If we do sign Josh Gordon, he can still come in and be an option that can make a big play. Like, he's a playmaker. He can make big plays. He has the potential to make big plays anytime he's on the field. And honestly, I'm very happy with this signing. It's not something that's going to be crazy. Everyone knows about it. It's not some huge signing like the Seahawks trading for Jamal Adams was. It's not going to be like the Seahawks Seahawks signing Antonio Brown, if that was going to happen. Like, it's not a big signing like that, but it's definitely a sleeper pick in my opinion. It's a sleeper pickup for the Seahawks. I think he can definitely make a big impact if he's given the opportunities, and he wasn't given a lot of money, and I don't think many people are going to be paying too much attention to this. And Paul Richardson, I mean, with a lot of the focus being on Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf this year, I think there's definitely going to be someone from the Seahawks that you don't really expect to do well, getting a lot of big plays because of all the focus that's going to be on the other great players in the Seahawks receiving group. But let me know down below in the comments what you think. I've given my piece. I think this is a really good signing for the Seahawks. You know, Paul Richardson, he has the potential to make great plays. He can maybe even be a wide receiver 3 for less than $1 million cap hit. That's a really good thing for the Seattle Seahawks because, you know, they're a little bit tight on money. With less than $1 million cap hit from this signing, someone who can bring an impact, can produce if he's given opportunities, can possibly make big plays. There's still opportunities to sign Josh Gordon, or maybe even find a way to get Jadeveon Clowney if he wants to get a cheaper contract, or maybe the Seahawks can negotiate something. You know, really, there's a lot of possibilities that come from this. This really doesn't hurt any possibilities that the Seahawks had, and it's definitely a good addition for as cheap as it is. But, you know, let me know in the comments what you think. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, go subscribe to my second channel. There's going to be a ton of Madden 21 Face the Franchise and maybe some other videos, and after that, ton of 2K content, of course, because I'm going to be playing that a ton. But with that, I'd like to thank you for watching. Have a great day.